Hey everyone, this is Skye and welcome back. I'm all cleaned up now after my workout. I just had to make myself a little bit more presentable for this update and also talk about a little bit of something I've talked about in the past. And now I'm kind of still struggling with it. Not kind of, I really am struggling with it. So I will just start it off with that and then just follow up with my update. And it has a lot to do with my HRT. So that's pretty exciting and I'm excited to talk about it. So here goes. Okay, so just I would say recently, but it's been a while. I've talked about the whole thing with me working out and having insecurities and just more dysphoria because I felt like I would look like a dude. But looking back at some of my previous photos and stuff like that, what I've done in the past. There's times when I still think that, but there's a lot of times it's like, no, I don't see it now. But I've been reassured by other people that they just see a fit woman who just works out. So I see that, and then I also see another part of me because I guess it's where I've been in my past. And I just see those features that make me feel very dysphoric about myself. So it's a struggle that I'm still dealing with today. However, I have more or less embraced it. I mean, I even worked out today, so I have embraced it. However, it still bugs me sometimes, and I'm not sure how to deal with that. I am making an effort now to return back to some of the basics of trying to do the things that I was doing before I started working out, you know, just getting back into just dressing up. I'm trying to do that, but I never seem to have time or in a situation where dressing up is really a good idea. So I am making an effort towards that. I'm wearing more makeup again. I'm making the conscious effort to be more womanly, I guess I would call it. It shouldn't matter. And yes, I agree with that. However, there's times when I don't agree with that. I agree with that in the sense that, you know, this is why I transition to be as, you know, the most girly or the most womanly that I can to fit in and live as the person that I want to be. However, there's that part of me that I've adopted in the last 4 years where I've returned to some of the very, what would be considered masculine kind of things, hobbies, you know, interest. And I've embraced it and I've enjoyed it. However, it does cause me, you know, occasionally to have issues. And I think it's just something I'm going to live with the rest of my life. I may probably end up not doing those things. And those things that I'm talking about is, first and foremost, is my fitness and working out, as well as my martial arts. It's all tied together because my workouts are tied into my martial arts. And in doing so, I've conditioned myself and built a physique that to some people may seem very masculine. And to me, a lot of times will appear masculine as well. However, you know, in today's society, the women are, or cisgender women in general, are more into the fitness aspect of things and, you know, all the games and, you know, working out and having muscles, you know. A lot of people on social media, albeit that they do take substances to enhance their physique, I would say I'm not saying any more about that. But, you know, there is a large community, a large following that is into that, especially with some of the guys I've found out, you know, especially the ones that like to fetishize me, you know, because they are into that. They like strong women, they like women with muscles and stuff like that. And I get a lot of those chasers after me on a daily basis because I work in the public. But I'm still dealing with it, and it's just something that I will have to just live with, and try to find that balance, to be able to live my life, you know, as a woman, and to also be able to do the things that I still enjoy. I like, believe it or not, I like to still work on my Jeep. As a matter of fact, we tore the motor, myself and my boyfriend, we tore the motor out of my Jeep this past weekend, and I was covered from head to toe in grease, dirt, and everything else. But, you know, I like doing those things. But as well, I like doing my martial arts and my fitness. I like being strong. I like having muscle. And, you know, I just like doing all those things. I like having a physique. But the things that I don't like about it is the fact that it makes me dysphoric, because I feel like I'm reliving part of my past life. And sometimes I feel like I'm not moving forward. And that kind of disturbs me from time to time. But I snap out of it, and, you know, I'm back to what I do. So I just wanted to just put that out there. It's still part of my life. It's just I'm have to deal with that as I go into my next subject, which is my HRT. And I'll explain a little bit for people who haven't been on my channel before. I started in 2000 to live full-time in the gender that I chose, which I consider myself a binary female, transgender. There's a lot of terms out there now that's being thrown around, and some of it I understand, some of it I don't. I won't pretend to. During my time, when people were transitioning and before, you were either transitioning to male or female. I mean, there's probably those people that were in between, but they weren't out, and it wasn't a thing as far as the greater community was concerned. But that being said, I chose to be binary, and I still do as of today. Even though I do sometimes seem like I'm presenting as, you know, I guess you would say androgynous, but it's just a byproduct of comfort, because, you know, again, I just don't have a lot of opportunities because of my job and this and that to go out and dress up and pretty myself up as much as I possibly can and wear makeup all the time, to be able to, you know, be all girly. So I sometimes appear androgynous. So I like to wear, you know, clothes that are some guys wear. I'll leave it at that. Anyhow, I will move on to say that I have just recently, and I've only been on a week worth of injections. So 20 years ago, I started off on pills, and then I went to injections for about a year or two. I think it was 2 years before the plug was pulled by my doctor, and I couldn't get any more medical care. So I went on herbals for 10 years. And then 6 years ago, I went back on pills. And I thought that's all I needed. Let's fast forward. I've made a lot of progress, I believe, and a lot of people told me that, especially a lot of y'all have told me that. And I thought that was it, you know, that's all I wanted. Back in the back of my head, though, I've always wanted to go back on shots. Part of me felt like the pills were doing it for me, and this is as far as I can go. And I'm not sure as of right now, even on the injections, if that's true or not. There's possibility that I may have more development in the the body fat distribution area, you know, my breast, and then of course some of my facial features. Maybe I might be able to, you know, progress even more, but I don't know. I may be, after 6 years of being on HRT, at my max genetic level of changes. At the least, hopefully the shots will be more convenient, even though they are quite more expensive. Actually, my pills wasn't even costing me anything, which is a bummer because I'm paying a lot for these injections. Anyways, yeah, I've been on my first week of injections, and I'm at the end of this cycle. I'm getting my shot tonight when my boyfriend gets home because I hate needles. So I have him do it. I guess I'm lucky in that respect. But as far as effects and things like that, I did notice I did feel different. I'm not sure what that means because this is only my first injection. I know probably it takes a pretty minute for the injections to actually fully start doing their thing. And there's going to be that period of time, then the first probably a couple weeks where my levels might fall before they start getting back up, but I'm not concerned about that. I had a blood test recently, and my blood test came up pretty good. My estrogen levels were at a pretty decent level, albeit I was on pills sublingually. That has a better uptake from what I understand. However, I probably have some of the byproducts of having more estrone versus regular estradiol in my system, which estrone is a very weak estrogen compared to the estradiol that you really want. And that could be the reason why I feel like I may have stalled, is because my body's actually got a lot more of that ratio of estrone in it versus estradiol. So we'll see. The shots are supposed to fix that, I hope. And I will be getting a blood test in the near future to see what my levels are, and I'm gonna see if I can get the test to differentiate, you know, the type of estrogens that are in my system. So as of right now, though, the things that I have been feeling, again, I've been feeling a little bit off. I mean, not to a point where it bothers me, but I can tell that I'm at the end of my cycle, which is a 5-day cycle. And I woke up kind of a little bit of a headache this morning, and I don't know if that's continuing on. The workout actually has helped it. I feel a lot better. I'm not crashing or anything like that, so to avoid that, I am getting my shot tonight. So I'm excited about that. I was excited about sharing that with you. So this is I will probably be doing more HRT hormonal updates or whatever, and share those in the future. So that's just something that I have something to post now, because for a while I've kind of taken a break from doing videos because there's not much I felt like I could talk about. My videos are more like for just my own personal updates. It's not really like informational, not, you know, talking about whole trans lifestyle issues or politics and stuff like that. I'm just not into that. Plus, I'm not much of a gabber either. I mean, it's hard for me to talk about my personal life and just put out there about my dating experience. I'm in a 4-year relationship so far, and I intend on staying that way. So I can't really talk about trans dating. I can't talk about, I mean, I can talk about relationship stuff, but there's a lot of personal stuff in my life that I don't want to share. But I mean, this will just be more videos along the way. So yeah, I just wanted to do update videos just because I haven't done any in a while, and I do want to start this off with more progress videos from now on, now that I'm on a new HRT regimen, and I want to share that with you guys. So until the next time, I will catch you later.